We had a lovely night at the Terry Bison Ranch. We went and had some dinner at their steakhouse. And now we're going to take their train ride out to see their bison.
That's right.
Nice way to end our time here. We're gonna, after that, head back to the Airstream, pack up, and go to a state park in the area, hopefully, if we can find a first come, first serve spot. But for now, bison and a train.
Okay, folks, first building on the left is the wagon wheel. That was a three-sided building back in the days. Yep.
Hi, you want food? Wait a second.
I want the name a little more on.
The last pictures were tragic.
Here we are at Curt Gowdy State Park, and we just happened to find yet another really crappy campsite. By that I mean the complete opposite. Lake right here, all around this area, all lake. This is our little picnic area with 2 benches. It might be designed for groups, but there was nobody here. We're only here for 2 nights, so we're gonna go ahead and take it. Penny is already wandering around being a happy dog. As you can see, we already have our 4G cell booster up, but we're having some problems getting signal. Our MiFi inside says there's 0 service. Courtney's phone says she gets like 1 bar of LTE. My phone, I don't know, it just keeps flipping back and forth between 4G and LTE. So this probably isn't gonna be the best spot for internet, which kind of sucks, but we shouldn't be completely dead in the water. At least I hope not. So in Curt Gowdy, there's different campsites. Or campgrounds. So that's a campground, that's a campground, that's a campground, and there's a couple others. We are in just one of those campgrounds. And we found that some campgrounds are no reservation. So you first come, first serve, you show up, you take a site. That's the one we're in now. There's a couple others I think like that. And then there's other campgrounds that you can reserve sites, or it's first come, first serve, depending on whether the site happens to be available for that night or not. Kind of like the deal at Frisco, Dillon Lake. All right, so get this. We set up at our site over here, You can see the Airstream, maybe, somewhere over there. Anyway, our one complaint, it's a beautiful site, but our one complaint is there's no cell signal. We go from like 1 bar of 3G to just bupkis, nothing. And we were just gonna say, okay, fine, for a couple days, it's not a big deal, but I really need / want internet access. I do lots of stuff online, I do consulting work, and I really do need to stay connected. This site that we just drove past, we were just doing some sightseeing, has like 3 bars of LTE. That site right across the lake has 0. Explain that to me, because I can't. There's the Airstream as it's currently parked across the lake right here in this span. We already paid, but she didn't write down a campsite. They don't care. As long as you pay your fee, you can take anything, as long as it's not reserved. And this isn't reserved, so we're doing it. Oh, the things we do for internet. Our old spot was over there, perfectly level. Hardly had to really level at all. To this spot, which we knew was unlevel, but we're pretty high up in the front because we have to level it from front to back, as well as left to right. So that's a little hairy, but we made it work, and we're here. 2 to 3 bars of Verizon 4G. That's the bottom line.
Charlie is right there.
Well, if you look behind me, you can tell, as the door closes to the Airstream, wildfire season has apparently started early. We're in southern Wyoming, as you know, at Curt Gowdy State Park. This we saw last night from our first spot, which was Terry Bison, yes. So we saw this all the way from there, well, like 30 miles, 20, 30 miles away. And now we're even closer. We could smell the smoke. So I'm gonna try taking a time lapse so you can kind of see where the smoke goes and all the changes. So I don't care how it turns out. I'm showing you the time lapse from this camera here.